Hey guys, it's Brian with Right on Red, coming back from a little hiatus after being, banned for a couple weeks on YouTube for telling facts and evidence, but whatever, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get in trouble. Anyways, short episode today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, Joe Biden's pre-taped commercial, you want to call it, almost, where he declared his run for the presidency. He is officially in the race. We all saw it coming. Nobody thought it would happen originally when he ran the first time, but the farther out you got into his term, you realize there's nobody else they're going to depend on. They can't. The way I see it is this: Harris is second in line, right? If he decides not to run, Harris is next. Democrats don't want Harris. Nobody wants Harris. But the fact is, if you remove her from the equation and put in Gavin Newsom, who I believe would be next in line, you just went against every moral and value and, way of life that you've preached for how many years as a Democrat, as a progressive. You just took a woman of color and moved her to the side to make way for a white man. Now, in the real world, if that white man was more qualified, which I don't like the guy, I think his his ideas and his whole ideology sucks, but he's much more capable than she is to hold the position, which should matter. And in reality, they're doing nothing wrong by doing that, because he is much more capable. He is a much better candidate. But in their eyes, the way they've preached, the way they've always, hounded everyone else about, they're doing everything they said the Republicans do, and that racists do, and that misogynistic pigs do, and this and that. They're pushing a woman of color away for a white man. Doesn't now take away all, like I said, take away all his qualifications, all his, whether or not he's qualified for the job and she's not, doesn't matter to them, because it never has mattered to them. Look at Joe Biden's freaking cabinet. Look at the staff around him. Look at his, look at Jean-Pierre. She's awful. Probably the worst. Probably the worst one I've ever seen in my life. You had Kayleigh McEnany, who knocked it out of the park. Sarah Sanders was amazing. Sean Spicer was all right, but at least Psaki became capable of the job. She lied a lot, of course, but that's what they do. But she at least was capable. I didn't think she was awful. As she got more into it, she learned. This lady's not even learning. She's just awful. So, again, another person who's in there, not because of qualifications and skill. But why? Okay, so that's not going to happen with the presidency, with Kamala Harris. But my question is, if there is people in the elite that want Harris, Biden running is the perfect move. Harris can't win. Biden possibly can, right? So you run Biden, he's not going to make it through another term at that age. No way. He was going to be 86 at the end of that term. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. The odds are just astronomical that he would, for him to make it through that term. So, boom, you get Harris in. You just got Harris elected as president. Quite possible. All you have to do is, his mind's going to shit as it is, Biden. So once it gets to a point where, it's already at that point, but once it gets to a point where the Democrats can come out and say, hey, Joe, you got to step aside. We gotta talk, buddy. This isn't going to work out, which would probably be in the first year. And then you got Harris in as president without even being voted in. That's a smart move if the elites want Harris. If not, who knows? But again, I don't know how it's going to work out. I think Biden just put out a infomercial that was full of lies, and that's the way they're going to hit it. Remember, this is what I'm going to talk about real quick. They are going to come after us in 2024, and all the candidates, all the GOP candidates, as threats to democracy, extremists, this, that, because they have no not one true victory or anything to stand on. They have nothing to run on. They have no wins. They're 0 whatever. They literally, the only thing they can talk about is abortion, because yes, most of the country wants some sort of abortion, so they can talk about that. But he's spitting out lie after lie. The Social Security lie, which has been debunked like crazy. The Social Security lie, the extremist lie, this and that. That's what they're going to hit. They're never going to say, we as a party are going to do this, and this, because their agenda is not popular. That's a fact. It never has been. A progressive and far left agenda has never been a popular agenda, and that's what it is. So he's going to come out as more of Joe Moderate, like he did last time. We all know he's not a moderate, but those idiots on the left will still vote for him. Oh, he is moderate. Luckily, a bigger percentage than ever before consider themselves independents in this country right now. It's almost 50%, I believe. So there's a larger draw, a larger pool that we can draw from. We got to win that. And by winning that, obviously the Republicans need to talk. They need to talk to each other. They need to talk to people, because people see these ads, they see CNN, and they just believe it. So talk to people. I'm not talking about go talk to far left idiots who are going to argue and just scream at you. Talk to people who think something, but they're willing to listen. But they have, they've been hit with some stupid, narrative from CNN or MSNBC or just the media in general. Talk to them. Show them the truth. Let them see what reality is, and guess what? It's an easy vote. Because if the truth is shown to someone and these lies are debunked, they'll start looking at other things. For example, hashtag walk away, started by a gay man who was a very big liberal, and he saw that MSNBC had cropped out some black people at a Trump rally. He was like, what? So he started looking into other things and saw how deep it went, how deep they're just the evil inside of them goes, and how deep the lies run. And he started, walk away. And guess what? So many people have followed him in the gay community. The truth will win us the election, but we have to talk. You can't be scared to talk. That's the bottom line. If you take anything from this, you can't be scared to talk to people. If they don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. But you can't be scared to talk to people about the truth. And if they say something, that some kind of, rhetoric that is obviously false, that they've heard somewhere, talk to them about it. You don't have to bash them, be like, fuck you, just be like, that's actually not true. Here's the fact of the matter, and hit them with it, because, facts, and if we can get them out, it'll win us the election, I promise. Let's see what we can do, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Talk. Without talking, we're not going to win this election, because too many people are scared to talk. We got to open our mouths. That progressives are not the biggest group. They're the smallest group in politics, in the Democratic Party and in general. But they're the loudest group. Let's talk. So get out there and talk. Thanks.